everyone, my name is Katie, welcome back to my channel. In this video I'm going to be doing October's full face of first impressions. But in this video we're going to be trying out a bunch of new makeup products. I'm very excited, as always. Love me trying some new makeup, I do. So I've got quite a lot of Tarte products. I treated myself to some Tarte base products. I've got some Lottie London, I've got Maybelline mascara, I've got some Superdrug brand products. I didn't get any eyeshadow for this video, so we're going to be doing my base first. And I have 3 base products from Tarte, but the one we are starting with, this is the Tarte Amazonian Clay 12-Hour Full Coverage Foundation. And I got mine in the shade Fair Sand, which is for fair skin with yellow undertones, aka me. I think this was the second lightest shade. I think the one above this was more pink toned, so that's why I went for this one. And I didn't realise, but the Amazonian Clay foundation, it's got actually like a really big shade range. It's like, I think it's like over 40 shades, which I wasn't expecting considering all the controversy that Tarte's had with like their shade ranges. So I was considering getting the Shape Tape foundation, but first of all, I wasn't sure if the lightest shade in that one was like more yellow toned. I think when I was looking at it, it was more of a pink toned one. And their shade range for the Shape Tape isn't as extensive as the Amazonian Clay. And also the Amazonian Clay one had better reviews than the Shape Tape. Well, on their website it did anyway. So I thought, hey, let's get this one instead. I mean, I can always get the Shape Tape one like in the future. But yeah, this one had really good reviews. I think it was like 4.5 out of 5 stars on their website, and it was like a lot of reviews. This is what it looks like there. I actually really love the packaging. I love that it's like a little wooden lid. I just think that's really cool. So yeah, apparently this is supposed to be full coverage. I think the shade I've gotten right here is definitely more on the yellow side. Obviously that's what it says, but it is still very fair. So I think the shade should work quite well for me. Let's hope that there's no oxidization. That is the shade on my hand right there. So let's hope for the best. I've only ever tried one other Tarte foundation, and that was the Rainforest of the Sea one, which I'll just find for you. Yes, this one here. This one was like a perfect colour match for me. I really like this foundation, but it's definitely not like a full coverage foundation, unlike how this one is described. This one I feel like is a bit more of a natural looking one, but I actually really liked this one. I thought it had a beautiful finish. So I'm just going to put a load of this on my face using my sponge, which I really need another sponge. This one is just getting kind of ridiculous how disintegrated it is. So I'm just gonna, I don't even know, just build up a load of this around my face. See what we get. So I have about like 1 layer of that on. I definitely wouldn't say this is full coverage. I can still see a lot of like imperfections showing through. I like it though. It looks pretty nice on the skin. I think the colour's perfect actually. Hoping it doesn't oxidize. I feel like I'd want to build up another layer of this though. I mean, the finish is pretty nice. I don't know, I just was expecting something that's described as full coverage to be a bit more full coverage, you know. I am just going to add a little bit more, build up a layer, see if we can build on this a bit. I'm just going to particularly focus it around areas where we've got kind of blemishes or redness. I also feel like I'm having to use quite a lot as well to kind of cover my whole face. Okay, that's definitely built. I really like how it's sitting on the skin actually. It does look really nice. It's just definitely not full coverage on me. I mean, if you didn't have as many like imperfections as I have, maybe it would look like it's full coverage. I would say it's kind of semi-matte as well. I can see some like nice dewiness coming through, but I wouldn't say that it's a like dewy finish. I do really like it. I don't know, it's just expecting a bit more coverage, which is fine because I mean, I have a lot of medium coverage foundations. I like medium coverage, but I don't know, I just kind of was expecting this to be full because that's what it said. But I do really like it still. But the fact that it isn't full coverage means that the concealer I'm about to try, it gets a real test. Again, this is another Tarte product. This is the Tarte Creaseless Concealer. Mine is in the shade Porcelain Sand, which I believe is the lightest shade. And I think this is a sort of new release. I feel like this came out like not long ago. That is the box there. Obviously I have tried the Shape Tape concealer before. I've got like a very minuscule amount of it left. And I was really tempted to buy another one because that is probably one of the best concealers I've ever found. But I think I will at some point repurchase that. But I did want to try another concealer. Shade looks very pale, which I like as a very pale person. The packaging's really cute. This too has some good reviews. So shall we see if it lives up to the Shape Tape? I'm just gonna pop this under my eyes, on my nose, and on any blemishes, which is mostly around my mouth. Ooh. The colour looks really good. Sort of a similar colour to the foundation really. It's definitely more yellowy tone. I wouldn't say it's like any lighter than my skin though. So it's not going to give me like a really highlighted effect, but to be honest I prefer coverage to highlighted effects. Okay, well I think I found my new favourite concealer. That is amazing coverage. I was not expecting that. Wow, okay. That was a good experience. That is a really good coverage. Only bad thing I could say is that it's a little bit on the oily side. That's fine for me because I just set my face and I don't have overly oily skin, but I think maybe if you did have really oily skin, you might not necessarily get along with it. It also looks quite smooth and buttery on the face, which is really nice, and it's got some hella good coverage. Okay, I've got one more Tarte product to try to finish this off, and that is a setting powder. This is the Tarte Smooth Operator Amazonian Clay Pressed Finishing Powder. It is a translucent one. It does come with a little brush, but I don't think I will be using that. That is what it looks like. Really cute. I do really like Tarte packaging. And that's what it looks like. It's kind of got a weird texture in the pan. I don't know if you can see the kind of like engravings in it, but it's not kind of what I normally see in a powder. It also just like it has some really tiny glitter flecks in it. Not a lot, just like a tiny bit. Right, so I'm going to set my entire face with this powder as I normally would. This powder had good reviews. It's weird because when you're putting your brush in the pan, it's like not a lot of kickback comes out. So I'm hoping that actually is product on my brush. This is a weird powder. Like I feel like I'm putting it on, but I don't know how much is actually going on my face. Like I feel kind of matte. I still feel like a little bit sticky. That's weird. I mean, it has quite a nice finish. It's quite smooth, not overly dry and horrible. I think if you're the kind of person that hates a really like matte finish, but then you still want to set your face, you'd probably quite like this powder because I feel like it's still got a lot of like kind of dewiness to it. I think I like this. I'm not sure. I'm just really not sure. It is very like undetectable on the face. Like it doesn't make you like white or anything like that. So I think it could work on a array of different skin tones. Because I definitely still feel like I look the colour of the base products that I had on. A lot of powders don't do, so that is good. But overall, I am quite happy with this base, which is good because I'm leaving the house today and going to work. So let's move on to some cheap products. I've got two products in B here. So the first one is the matte bronzer, which is in the shade 01 Light. That is what the packaging looks like. And there it is there. I would say it's quite pale. I don't know, maybe it could be a little bit lighter, but we're gonna make it work, as always. And when you like spend a certain amount of money on B products, you've got this free thing. This is the Sculpt and Highlight Contour Kit. This one's in 01 Light Medium, and that's what it looks like there. I don't know if I'm gonna use this. I mean, I wasn't like dying to get this. The highlighter doesn't look especially pigmented. Should I just put a bit on my nose? Okay, that's weird. It doesn't look shimmery at all. That, I kind of regret doing that. Can you see anything on my nose? For the sake of it, we will try and kind of contour. Normally when I'm going to contour, I will do it before I set my face. So that way I can kind of blend it out and it doesn't look too harsh. So I want to go in with a quite light hand for this. I don't even know if this is a good contour shade for me. I tend to go for something a bit more cool and grey. I'm just using this kind of flat top brush. I don't want to do too much here. I'm just going to define my cheekbones a bit. And I'll just do my nose and then I think I'll leave it there. Just very lightly though, nothing too defined. It's obviously pigmented. Let's hope that it actually blends out. It's kind of blended a bit weirdly. I'm going to just add a bit more powder on my nose. Okay, the texture on my nose has gone a bit weird. I don't know if that's because I'm not like fully set because of this powder or what. I don't know. Anyway, let's move on from that and try out the actual bronzer on my face. So I'm just going to pop this through my cheeks and on my forehead. Just to give me some warmth. It is a bit reddish, which I would prefer it to be not so reddish. Like, it doesn't have to be cool or anything, but like, just a bit more, less red. I'm not sure I'm mad about the colour, but I like how it doesn't go on like super pigmented. I do still need to blend it because I put on like too many layers, but it doesn't come out too harsh, which I quite like. It kind of annoys me when you have a bronzer that's really pigmented and then it won't blend out and you're just like, ah. I don't know actually, I'm starting to like it now that I'm blending it. It's nice. I don't know if it's the perfect colour for me. I'd prefer something slightly less red. But I mean, it has given me a nice bit of warmth and I do quite like the formula of it. So no blush, so let's move on to a highlight. I have the Lottie London Shimmer Squad, which is a 4-piece powder highlighter quad. And this is the holographic haul one. So I think they have two palettes. One they had like since they first launched, and then this one I think came out like maybe a year ago or so. That's what it looks like there. Let's get it out of the box. Packaging is really cute, like the little stars are kind of reflecting, which is cute. That is what the colours look like. You can see I've swatched them a bit, but I absolutely love these colours. I really like kind of holographic ones. I buy a lot of like palettes and I buy a lot of palettes and single highlighters that have got these sort of colours. I just really like them personally, and I've swatched them and they seem very pigmented, so let's hope they look pigmented on my face. Obviously I've got 4 colours here, so do I want to try all of them? I'm going to start with this slightly kind of yellowy gold one called The Gossip at the bottom here. I'm going to start with this one on this cheekbone. Yes, that is pigmented. I hope you can see this on camera because that is a pigmented highlighter. Okay, we'll go in with one of the silvery ones. There is 2 that are quite silvery. So we're going with this one at the bottom called The Thrill Seeker. This one here. And I'll do that one on the other cheek. Yes, it's what we like. I mean, again, that is very pigmented, very nice. On my Cupid's bow, my nose and my chin, I'll go in with the BFF, which has got a slightly pinky tone to it, this one here. Okay, again, absolutely stunning. This is some good pigmentation. And we'll finish off with the last silvery shade, which is called The Rebel. And I'll just put a bit of that on my temples and my forehead. And then we have tried all of them. Okay, this is great. I like that a lot. Very pigmented. Lovely. Very nice. Would recommend. Okay, the foundation lips are off. I just want to quickly brush through my brows with a clear gel before we use the brow product I've got. For brows, I've got a brow pencil to try out. This is from B. It is a brow styler in 02 dark brown, and it looks like this. And you've got a spoolie on one end, and then a angled eyebrow pencils. It's one of those like triangular ones. The shade is a dark brown colour, which looks good for me. So I'm just gonna fill in my brows with this. I don't have a brow gel to try out, so I think I'll just set it with like a clear gel or something afterwards. That's how the brows turned out. I quite like that actually. I think that's kind of done what I wanted it to do. Yeah. Is it my favourite brow pencil I've tried ever? No. I feel like I prefer the kind of micro brow pencils, and I prefer the ones that have got like that kind of angle. But I do think that's worked quite well. The colour's really good. It's just given me that kind of definition that I want for my brows. So I'm just going to go through with the clear gel just to set them in place, and I'll leave my brows like that. I'm quite happy with that brow pencil actually. So moving on to pencil liner, I have from Lottie London the AM to PM eyeliner, and this is the black one. That is what it looks like there. It is just a standard kohl pencil. So I'm just going to pop this in my top and bottom waterlines as I normally would. Okay, I like that pencil a lot. Very pigmented, glided on very smoothly. Didn't take me long to put it on at all. Very nice, exactly what I want. And I really need to go to the toilet before I continue with this video. Okay, so next we're on to mascara. I've got a Maybelline mascara to try out. This is the Colossal Volume Express 100% black mascara. I feel like this is kind of one of their cult ones that they've had for like years. And I've probably tried this at some point in my life, but I don't really remember it at all. But this one did have really good reviews on Superdrug, so I wanted to try it out. Quite a big, thick wand. I'm gonna go ahead and do my top and bottom lashes with this. See if it gives me some nice volume. So I've done my top and bottom lashes, and I am very impressed with this mascara. I think that's great, really. That's just everything that I want in a mascara. I really like that, actually. Yeah, that's just giving me volume, length, drama, everything that I want. Very impressed with that mascara. I feel like I am quite picky with mascaras as well. Like, I don't like a lot of mascaras because, I don't know, I just really need that volume. But that definitely has given me it. So I've got one last product to try out. This is from L'Oreal. This is the Ultra Matte Liquid Lipstick Le Chocolat. Mine is in 854 Bittersweet, which is like a quite cool toned brownie colour. And these smell like amazing. They smell like brownies. Can't stop smelling it. It's just so good. Like, I want to eat this. I feel like I've heard some quite good things about these liquid lipsticks as well, so let's try it out. Absolutely adore that colour though. It's actually not too vampy. Like, it's definitely like more than like a standard nude, but it's not like, oh my god, why are you wearing such a dark blah, blah, blah. Not that I give a shit what anyone thinks about my lips, but that's like a gorgeous colour. I love like cool toned browns. Like, I feel like that's such a basic thing to say, like everyone loves cool toned browns, but I love that colour. That's gorgeous. It is applied really nicely. I don't think I've messed up my lip line too much, although I have noticed that I've got it all over my teeth. Standard. I can feel it starting to dry down, so we'll give it some time to do that. In the meantime, I'm going to sort out my hair, and then I will come back and give you my final thoughts on all the products I've tried. Alright, so we are back. This is the completed look. I'm reasonably feeling it. So the liquid lip has dried down matte. It feels ever so slightly sticky, not massively so, but I would prefer it to be just that ever so slightly less bit sticky, but it does look stunning still. I do really like it. So honestly, I feel like the vast majority of products here I've actually like really liked. So standouts would be the highlighter palette from Lottie London. I think that's absolutely stunning. Also from Lottie London, their AM to PM eyeliner I thought was really good. The Tarte Creaseless Concealer, amazed by this, really like that. Definitely going to become a new favourite concealer for me. And also the Maybelline mascara I think is absolutely incredible. Just what I want for my lashes. So the only things that I kind of have sort of negative things to say about. Well, I still do really like this, the Tarte foundation. I do really like it. I don't know, considering it's called the full coverage foundation and considering all the reviews are really good, I don't know, I was just expecting a little bit more from it. Like, I do still really like it. I would definitely use this. Like, I'd probably use it quite a lot. I don't know, I was just maybe expecting just a bit more from it. I'm also not 100% sure about this powder yet, this Smooth Operator powder from Tarte. I'm not 100% convinced that it's mattified me well enough. And it's just a weird texture where I just feel like I'm not sure if product's coming off when I'm using it. It's odd, and this had really good reviews, so I don't know, I just expected it to maybe just be a bit better than it is. And that is slightly annoying because I've spent like about 30 quid on this, you know. But even when you put your finger in, it's like nothing's coming off. I'll need to try this out some more, but I'm not 100% sold on the powder. The bronzer I do like, I just wish it was slightly less on the red side, but I do think it blended really nicely and the formula of it was really good. And it gave me some warmth to my face. I just wish it was slightly less red. So that is this month's first impressions done, and I will be going into more detail on these products and what I think of them a month later. September's first impressions a month later should be up relatively soon after this video, but I'm very happy overall with how this one has gone. So I will see you in my next video. Bye.